Re. Well, you send out invitations and you hope that everyone's going to show up. But welcome to the Pinnacle's Edge annual awards show, and many of them did. And thank you all for being here. What we're going to do is we're going to go around the room and the bands are going to introduce themselves, talk about their 2025 year. And then we'll also talk about what they're going to be doing in 2026. And then there's a special question after that. So please hang in there for that one because that's going to be fun. All right. We have a band here that's getting ready to hopefully go to Wacken 2026. And they're together. And if those of you that are metal fans know exactly what I'm talking about, it's probably the pinnacle of metal achievement if you can make it there. It's a show in Germany, and all the big metal bands are there. So they're in the running for it in their area. So we're going to let them go first, but go ahead.
Hi, we're Eden on Fire. I'm Amy Gold. I'm the singer, vocalist, and keyboard player. And this is the band. Go ahead, introduce yourselves.
Scott Beezus, Steve Stravaji, drummer and backup vocals.
I'm Todd. I play guitar.
He's the new guitarist, by the way.
Yeah,
Go ahead. How was 25?
25 was amazing. I mean, we had ups and downs, but we picked up Steve at the end of 24, so he really started with us pretty much in 25. And then we had another guitar player. We did get a little bit out. We played out till about June this year, and then we needed to replace our guitar player because he had gone on to a new project, and Todd came on board. So it's been a really cool 2025. And as you mentioned, the most exciting thing that's happened for us is that we got picked to be in the Wacken Metal Battle USA. So we are going February 28th to Baltimore, Maryland, and we're all the way up in Erie, Pennsylvania. So it's a little bit of a drive. And we're going to compete against 5 other bands. The top 2 will move on to the Baltimore finals. And then after that, we'll move on to New York City. From there, we go to San Diego. And then if we win that, we get to go to Germany. So we're very excited about that. We're just honored to be in the battle, to be quite honest.
And they've had one heck of a 25, basically rebuilding, you'll tell it a lot better than I do.
Yeah, so we released our first album in November of 2024, and shortly after that, 2 of my members left. So we had a guitar player and a drummer who walked. So we were in the process of scrambling and finding new people, and Steve came on board. I kind of had him getting ready in the wings, and he stepped in and just has made this band so much better. And then again, we had a guy who was kind of working with us, but it wasn't the best fit for him. And he actually had a project come along that really was a perfect fit for him. So he ended up giving us notice. And so we've kind of been in the process of getting people on board, but Todd came on board here back in November, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like November. And he's been with us since, and it's been great. But we've just been blessed with so many things like awards. We swept some awards here in Erie for best local band, best entertainer, best live entertainment, and then we got like a gold award for just entertainment period. We like beat out of like some weird things like the baseball team. So it was like crazy. We were like, wow, we didn't even know how we got nominated for any of that, but we did. So we were really excited about that. And we got like another award with another Erie type thing. We were actually in the top 3 of all bands here in Erie, and which was quite an accomplishment because we were the only original act in all of that. So we were really excited to actually be there, and it's just been great. And then I don't know, Mark's sent me this award that was like amazing. He was like telling us we got one of the top albums of the year, and then I get this beautiful award for singing, and it's just been really great. And we're also nominated now for the International Singer-Songwriters Awards in all sorts of categories. So we're really excited. It's been a really crazy year, but 2026 is going to be crazier.
And you're planning to release an album next year? I mean, these are all plans. We
We're kind
hope.
of on the fence whether it's going to be an EP. We're going to be released. We have another single. We just released a single, December 24th, Villain, and we've got another one in the works. I don't have an actual date of release yet, but it'll be coming in the coming months here. And we're just going to keep, I think, doing singles for a bit, and then we'll do a compilation. We're finding that kind of is what people do these days with streaming. We put our album out in November, and I realized that the songs that were really being listened to were all the singles that had been all before that. So we're going to try to get everybody listening to everything a little bit more. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a compilation. If it's not a EP, definitely. I mean, if not an album, an EP for sure.
All right, there's something to look for. Do you guys want to say anything to anyone here, or and do you want to add anything? Otherwise, I'm gonna let you go if you have to go. But you're welcome to come back. Just use the same link if you have time.
Okay.
I'm hoping we're going to be here a while, but go ahead. Anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, hello to everybody that I know and hello to all the new faces. I can't actually see who all is there because I'm doing this on my cell phone, so it doesn't show me till you talk. But yeah, nice to see some of you again. I saw Louise pop in. So nice to see some familiar faces. I'm really honored to be part of this. Anybody else? Hi, Louise.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thank you very much for taking time out to do this because I understand you're getting ready to hopefully get to Vakken. I
Yeah,
never say it right,
that's
and
the
I'm
plan.
German too. I should know better. I mean, partially German. I should be able to say that. But anyway, good luck to you in that,
Thank you.
and we've got some more people joining. Great. All right.
Congratulations to everybody
Yes.
else too.
Awesome.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have one of my number one album bands here, and I was hoping the other guys would show up, but and they may in time. But we do have one of those groups, and that's Bella Morte, who just grabbed me in January. I mean, and just never let go. I mean, I kept thinking somebody's gonna, come in with something that's just gonna be extra extraordinary. It never happened. These guys sealed up first place in January, and then we talked, and I heard the full story of this album. And if you haven't heard it, please give it, listen to a few of the music videos and one of them might terrify you. I'm just kidding. I wanted to see what how Anastasia responded to it, but don't be terrified. It's wonderful music. And why don't you guys talk about 2025? I just wish this band would get the kind of uh, recognition that they deserve. So go ahead and introduce both of you and tell us how 25 went.
First of
Thank
all,
you so
thank
much,
you.
Mark.
Thank you. We are so honored to hear this, really. It means a lot.
Yes.
My name is Anastasia. I'm the vocalist and the songwriter in the Ben Mort band. We're doing symphonic slash gothic metal kind of stuff. And the album Mark is talking about has actually a lot of folk influences in it because we decided to do it in a collaborative way. So each song is related to some region of the world. It's using ethnic instruments and guest musicians from this region to sound authentic. So it was a huge thing for us, a huge work, and 2025 obviously was not the easiest, but a very rewarding year for us because we finally could release this work. Apart from the album, we also did 2 music videos, and we did 5 acoustic versions of different tracks. Also, we did the videos for them. So 3 of them are already out, the 2 are on the way, and we hope to share it in upcoming months. Also, we couldn't just completely let go this collaborative idea, and basically this time the tables have turned and we were invited into another project to work together. So something is cooking right now, and I really hope we could share more news soon, but we are waiting for the guys. Yeah, and obviously we started to work on some new material, and we will definitely have some singles. I'm not sure about the full album, most likely not, because there's a lot of work to be done. But the singles to show the overall direction, the sound, will totally be there in this year.
Well,
So that's the story.
that's wonderful to hear. And as she mentioned, she went pearl hunting is the name of the album, but she went pearl hunting throughout the world for the musicians and the instruments that maybe they weren't as adept at playing, and found these people, brought them to the album, and did some videos of some of them as well. And it just was, for me, earth shaking because I've been asking for this from not just metal bands, but progressive bands. Get out there, find people to collaborate with, and boom, these guys put it into place. It took her, I think you said it was 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. It's hard work. And when you put in that much effort, you deserve the recognition. And her voice, oh my God, people, you're going to want to have it on your album. She's got a beautiful voice. And she also won my metal vocalist. Um, and her cohort, go ahead. He's an excellent guitarist, flutist. He's a multi-instrumentalist. Go ahead. Tell us from your perspective. And by the way, I think I mentioned it, but just in case you didn't hear me, they're in Belarus. So all the problems that all these bands have trying to get out and tour, double it with what they've had to go through. It's been really tough. And go ahead. Sorry.
Well,
Thank you,
just
Mark.
correct you a little, yeah, because we are originally from Belarus, but we are not there anymore.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
in January it will be 5 years since I moved to Poland, and yeah, but the origin is still there. So.
From Belarus. Okay. So you
Yeah,
guys
originally.
have both of you moved to, because last time I was watching
Yeah.
I was watching the interview, and both of you hadn't moved to Poland yet, but everyone's
Yes,
there.
the last time I was in Georgia,
Yeah.
Caucasian Georgia, and yes, in March I finally moved to Poland, and it is really great because for now we can start to record things together. We can finally start to rehearsing, and it's great. It's great that we finally can move move on with the band, with the real band work.
And just tell us your name again, and tell us, he's a multi-instrumentalist, and just tell me the different instruments you play.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. My name is Sergey. Uh, I'm originally the bass player. For now, I'm playing mostly guitars, also some flute parts, um, and also I'm doing arrangements for the band. And well, like that.
I saw you playing piano.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And you have a great,
okay, actually, I think this guy can play basically anything if you give him some time.
I think so. And you have an excellent pianist too, that and probably keyboardist. She probably plays more than just piano, but just a wealth of talent. And just, when you watch their um, what did you call them? Performance videos, or you see the meticulous effort that's put on everything they do, and it just it's like watching a classical instrumentalist group. It's really good.
Yeah, Maria actually also plays violin, and we are trying to
To
make her
make
do
a
something for the video. Yeah, but she is a little shy, but we will get there really one day.
I really hope so.
But we do have recorded violins for the pearl hunting for some songs there, so we're getting there.
Yeah, you
Right.
can hear her playing violin in Winter Sleep song.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. Really, please don't leave because I do want to. I want if you can, All right. Let's go around the room. Let's I guess I'm old fashioned, but ladies first. If you're not ready to go or don't want to go, between Bernice and Louise, who would like to go next? Or if you don't want to go, we'll pass it to the guys.
It's okay, yeah, oh, of course. I can start. So I was waiting for
We
Icaro
can't hear you real well.
can you hear me now?
Sorry.
Maybe the volume is too low.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get closer
And
to the
you
camera.
definitely want to hear this lady. She made a metal opera and not, Arjun makes metal operas, but this is an opera and traditional opera. And she has a traditional opera voice and it is just, so you definitely want to hear it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was waiting for Icaro, our drummer, because he's about to get connected too, but I don't know if he's in the room yet. I don't think so, but well, I can start in the meantime. So my name is Denise. I'm a singer slash multi-instrumentalist slash songwriter for Elenian, a symphonic and progressive metal band. But we also have a lot of ethnic elements from all around the world because we are an international metal band.
That's right.
So I also play some ethnic instruments like, lyre, tin whistle, log whistle, and many other instruments. So this year we released our debut album after many years of work, The Symphony of the Night. We released the whole album both in the regular metal version and in just the orchestral version because I love orchestrations a lot. So we decided to release it in both formats. We also released a music video, our first very actual first music video because we had some, takes of me singing or something like that, but not proper music videos. So these were like huge highlights of the year for us because, as I said before, we had to work so many years because I'm from Argentina and Italy. Ikari is from Brazil and Portugal. Our guitarist, Kubilay, is from Turkey, and our keyboardist is from Mexico. So it's like working from different parts of the world at the same time. Of course, it took many music sheets going back and forth all the time, but I think that now we are quite happy with the result. And well, next year, but not next year, this year, on the 26th, we are going to release, we hope, an EP or a whole album. We are not sure because it depends on the final length of the work, based on a proper opera because the Symphony of the Night had like this kind of conceptual thing, but it was not a proper metal opera. But we are planning to release that for our next release. So I try to make it as short and sweet as possible. But that's the main thing.
Okay, I'm here to add all the other congratulations. She's doing all this while she's working full time with a child and working on a PhD. And if you saw the list of all of her other degrees, you'd say, where does she find time for all this? So definitely, she really is shooting
I'm
above
just a
the
nerd.
ground.
I'm just a nerd. I'm just studying.
How she
That's it.
balances it all, I don't know. Yeah, it was enough for me just to work on a PhD. I mean, and I didn't get that complete, but do you have it or I think you said you're sitting for your dissertation this year, right? If I remember.
Yeah, this year I'm sitting for a dissertation about for another bachelor's degree in composition, but next year I'm like publishing the dissertation for my PhD and also for another master's degree I'm kind of finishing. So it sounds like a mess, but I'm studying
No,
several
it
things at the
doesn't
same
sound
time.
like a mess. It sounds like, oh my God. I wish I had those abilities. Yeah, really. Thank you.
So we are
Oh,
honored to be here. Thank you for having us again for this space and for having the opportunity to meet all these wonderful musicians. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
okay. Louise, Thank you very much, Berenice.
Evening, everyone. Excuse me for the fact that I look like the Michelin Man, but my heating's gone. So I'm sitting here pretty cold at the moment. Thank you very much for inviting me. As you know, everyone's well aware, I'm here because my brother can't be. My brother was Dave Hilborn, who was the instrumentalist, vocalist, whatever you want to call him, in Nova Cascade. His Boxman album has done phenomenally. I just wish that he was here to hear all the wonderful things that are being said about him. As you're aware, I do a little bit of music, and after our last meeting, Colin got in touch with me, and we're hoping to do a little bit of a collaboration sometime this year.
Oh, wonderful. That's great to hear.
I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but it will be probably something that my brother had written and left behind that we can both work on to bring it into 2026. But you have a wonderful array of talented musicians here, and I feel a bit of a fraud being sat here amongst them all. But
oh goodness, no.
I'm very grateful to have been asked, and as I say, it's an absolute honour for me to sit here on behalf of my brother.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you.
I wish he was here with you. Wonderful guy. I unfortunately only met him, talked to him once, and a couple weeks later he passed away. But just a fantastic individual with an incredible voice. I mean, his keyboard work is off the scales, but the voice. I'll always remember that voice. It just.
It's rather unique.
Well, yeah, but it completely calms you, even though sometimes he's talking about some difficult situations, and Boxman is about a person living out on the streets. So it was not, it was difficult territory already, and he just puts that calm and that it calms your anxiety. I don't know how else to say it. He's just. We really lost a good one this year.
He speaks to the soul.
Thank you. Yes.
Well said, Charlie.
That was perfect. Yeah. And if you want to talk, Charlie and Colin, you guys were at one time in the band, or
well, that's right. They're Nova Cascade family, so.
Of course, yeah. And I unfortunately didn't participate musically on Boxman, but I know. Ever since the first Nova Cascade album, that particular song had been kicking around since the early 90s, and I'm just so happy that Dave was able to realize it in the Nova Cascade style and release it with the help of our esteemed Colin here, and of course Louise has done her utmost to ensure that David's legacy with all of the Nova Cascade albums and Echoes from an Empty Chair, a collection of Dave's earlier recordings, that's out there in the world, that his legacy will live on through his music. I just think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Colin, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I just want to say that I feel very honoured to have been part of Boxman, because I know how much it meant to Dave, Louise, and their mother as well. I took part in Boxman and also The Navigator, the album before it as well. Invitation to join Nova Cascade just came out of the blue, really, following another sad passing of Eric Bouillet, who was the guitarist in Nova Cascade originally, and violinist and various other things as well. So
thank you for mentioning him.
Yeah, they were big shoes to fill. And I feel honoured to have been asked, and I'm glad that people have appreciated the music as well. We've had some really nice reviews, nice comments, and as Louise says, the Boxman is doing very well, which is really good news, particularly as the proceeds have been going to Pancreatic Cancer UK, as they were for the Navigator as well. So we're really helping a good cause with that as well, which is great.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't, and thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I'm really interested to see what you and Louise are going to put together. That's going to be interesting. She deserves another chance on the stage. She sang with her brother on some of those songs from the compilation album, and she's got a great voice, and we'd love to hear it again. So that's good.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to jump over to the left here and try to go left to right, and we're going to talk with Brian Combs, one of the most stunning albums. They let me know about this early in the year, and then it didn't. I didn't finally get a copy until later. But oh my God, I'll let him tell you about it though. But it's a fantastic album as well.
Okay, well, hello, Mark, and hello, everybody. It's an honor to be here. I'm sitting in the control room at Rocking Horse Studio in New Hampshire, and yeah, 2025 was an interesting year. It actually started towards the end of 2024. So we released a record in May. It's called The Last Pink Glow. It was an interpretation of a Jack Kerouac novella. The literary executor of the Kerouac estate is a friend of mine. He's a client. I'm actually mixing a record of his, this week. We're kind of misfits in the prog world. Some of our stuff is proggy. We're an eclectic genre bending type of activity. We're all professional session musicians and songwriters who work here at Rocking Horse, kind of like a, Toto or Alan Parsons, as far as studio guys who get together. We play on a bunch of records. Today we were playing on, a project for a young singer-songwriter. And yeah, we were just really, really fortunate towards the end of 2024. We began a collaboration with a retired English keyboard player that some people in the progressive rock world may know. His name is Tony Banks.
Wow.
Yeah, he and I struck up a friendship. I've got being a guy here in New Hampshire, I've over the years I've somehow Forrest Gumped my way into friendships with Anthony Phillips is a really good pal of mine, and he's done sessions for me. And through Ant, I met at various social events, different people. I produced a record at Genesis's studio, The Farm, for a guy named Dale Newman, who was a guitar tech for Mike Rutherford, was also a singer. He actually sang on one of Ant's solo records. And it was at The Farm where I met Tony the first time. We were doing, what you Brits do, and, we were set up for the day, and then it was tea time, and we were in the lounge at The Farm. And I saw a distinguished gentleman with white hair coming down the drive, and it was Tony Banks. And we had a nice conversation there, and then but the collaboration with Tony really came through a mutual friend of ours, Richard McPhail, who has sadly passed away. Richard had gone to school with Ant and Mike and Tony, and we knew Rich because every once in a while, or every couple of years, we travel over to England to play shows at Trading Boundaries in Sussex. And our previous album was a rock opera, and we wanted to present that in its entirety. But none of us are actors or dancers, and so we were stuck playing the instruments. So in order to convey the action that was happening on stage in the story, I asked Richard McPhail if he would be interested in being the narrator. So he was the narrator of the show, and we struck up a friendship. And so we decided to do this collaboration with the Kerouac estate. And the literary executor, his name is Jim Sampis. He's a good guy. He asked me, he says, Brian, I know you know some of the Genesis guys. You think any of them would be interested in collaborating on a song? And then he specifically asked for Tony. And I said, well, I don't know. Tony isn't known for making guest appearances, but what the heck, I'll ask. So I asked through Rich, and the next thing we know, I got an email from Rich with Tony CC'd on it, and Tony seemed keen on the idea of doing something. So I flew to England and met with Tony, and we bashed around a few musical ideas, and then I came back here, and we fleshed out the tune that we had worked on. And it was just going to be a songwriting demo for Tony, but it got to the point where we had built the whole song around his piano part. So I had to go out and ask Tony if would you be okay if we used it on the record? And he said yes, which, depending, the Genesis world seems divided on whether this is Tony's very first guest appearance on a record outside of his solo work and Genesis. But regardless, he doesn't do it very often. So he played on the record, and so we released the record in May, and made plans to head back over to Trading Boundaries in Sussex. We were there in November. And on the Friday night, Tony came along and did a live interview and Q&A with Chris Welch from Melody Maker. If you're in on the, if you're aware of the British music journalist scene, Chris Welch is kind of a legend. So the two of them sat for an interview, and then we did plenty of pictures for paparazzi, and we just had a really good day. I was honored when Chris pulled me aside and said something along the lines of, Brian, you and the guys are really kind of doing something innovative in the spirit of young Genesis. And that, coming from Chris Welch, was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then kind of coming back after that, we started getting some of the notifications of making people's year-end lists. And I know it's uncomfortable for some people if they're in the strictly prog world. We blend influences of Americana and blues and jazz stuff and synth pop and the Beach Boys. And, so it can be kind of uncomfortable, which is, I think, the reason some people, and I think Mark is in that category, might think that eclecticism might make it more progressive. But if you're expecting to sound like, Yes or Dream Theater, we're not the band. So maybe our eclecticism makes it progressive. And certainly part of my background is in progressive music, and we have touches of it, odd time signatures. The irony is one of the tunes is, kind of an Americana song, and yet the verses are in 6/4 and the chorus is in 12/8, and nobody notices because it sounds like an Americana song. And we absolutely adore that. And so I'm probably talking too much, but that's kind of what I wanted to say. 2025 was a great year. 26, we're going to put out a couple of releases, including a couple of singles, including some live tracks that were done at Trading Boundaries in Sussex. And, while we work on the next record, which I can guarantee you will sound nothing like our last two albums, because what's the point of going over the same old ground? So we're going to do something completely different on the next record.
And for those of you who remember what a Rolodex is, this guy's got one heck of a Rolodex. He's had John Hackett on his last album, Tim Bonus, who's one of the greatest progressive rock singers out there right now, as well as a long list of famous people. And not just prog. He also, as he mentioned, brings in blues people, pop, all genres. Yeah.
Two of my favorites are Greg Hawkes from the Cars
That's right.
He came in to play saxophone on a tune from our last record because I knew that Greg was a big Roxy Music fan, and we had a song on the record that was kind of Roxy inspired. So he played the sax, and then he came into the control room here, and he specifically said, "Was that Roxy enough for you, Brian?" Right? So yeah, Greg Hawkes, and then Chris Difford from Squeeze actually
Yeah.
makes an appearance on the previous album as well. So yeah, and these are just people, you know, Greg Hawkes, he's kind of local to me. You know, I'm in New Hampshire and Greg lives in Massachusetts. And my previous band, we were playing in the Boston music scene when the Cars were still a functioning unit. So I, you know, was in those circles. And Chris Difford had actually sung a vocal for me on a record that I did with my wife back in 2003. So I go back quite a ways with Chris as well. And I'm just really fortunate. You know, I'm not really sure why these people say yes, or in some cases, people reach out to me. So you know, that's humbling because you know, I always tell people that my two favorite keyboard players are Tony Banks on the one end and Greg Hawkes on the other, two completely different styles, doing two completely different things. And I feel like my keyboard playing is kind of a combination of the two of them. And I'm just really fortunate that I've had a chance to work with both of them.
And he is a great keyboardist. Yeah, you got to hear the album and the one before it, I can't remember the name now. I just
Circus of Wire Dolls.
Yeah, Wire Dolls. Even more so. I mean, both have a lot of keyboards, but the Circus had, I think, more. Maybe, I don't know.
No, it did. Yeah, you know, it was a conscious decision for the last Pink Glow, which was the record from 2025, that it was going to be more guitar centered, whereas Circus of Wire Dolls was very much more of a keyboard record.
Well, thank you, Brian, and keep doing what you're doing. It's fantastic. I can't wait to hear the next one. And
you keep doing what you're doing, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you. And this time I'm going to press you and say, get that MP3 to me instead of waiting. No, but yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to that show. I'm so glad to be a part of it. I mean, not a part of it, but to review it. All right. Malcolm Galloway and Mark Gatlin are hats off, gentlemen. It is adequate. We had a trophy thing that I gave to Mark. AI didn't spell the adequate very adequately, but these guys are more than adequate. Just if you listen to one of their albums, it's an experience. I mean, all of your albums are an experience, but theirs are like a learning experience. Malcolm writes some lyrics that are just you got to have your dictionary with you. You've got to have all those things, your encyclopedia with you. You'll be Googling a lot, but that's the nice thing about it. It makes you think. And as a part-time instructor, I love that. And so, yeah, every one of their albums has been great. But go ahead and talk about 2025, guys.
Shall I go first, Mark?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm Mark. I'm the bass playing half of Hats Off, Jeremy's Haliquot. On the albums, I also do a little bit of keyboards, a little bit of guitar, a bit of Chapman stick, a bit of backing vocals, and I sort of co-produce with Malcolm as well, and do the engineering side of that sort of stuff as well. 25 for us was our busiest year so far, I think, was it? Our most successful year so far in terms of the album, how putting the album out. So we had a new album called The Uncertainty Principle at the start of the year. And it went great guns this year. It really sort of, a lot of people cottoned on to it, I think. We did very, very well with it this year. So, yeah, and thank you for the award, Mark. It's the first award I've ever won. Music award I've ever won. So really appreciate that, actually. Thank you very much. I'm very, very touched by that, I've got to say.
Well, thank you. And if there weren't so many incredible vocalists this year, Malcolm would have got that as well. He's a great guitarist as well and multi-instrumentalist. He plays the keyboards too, but his voice is similar to, well, maybe he won't think that, but similar to Tim Bonus and maybe even a little bit like others that we've mentioned today. But go ahead, Malcolm. He just always knows how to find a story to tell. It's a deep story.
So, yeah, thanks for all your support. I'm Malcolm Galloway. I sing and write tunes and play guitar and keyboards and produce. Yeah, we were very pleased with how the album this year seems to have gone down with people. We also, for the first time for us, got featured in the Pick of the Year from Mojo and Classic Rock magazines. So that was
a big thing for us, actually. Yeah, without even knowing about it. Yeah, people told us we were featured in there. We had no idea. So
they ought to notify you. You know, it would be handy. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're very pleased with how the year's gone musically. We've had lots of gigs, festivals, and we've also
we had a very lovely launch gig, didn't we, with this man here? In fact, with Charlie.
Yeah,
we did our Ghost of the Machine launch gig in
and that brings up that we'll get to it when we get to Charlie, but that Can You Dance to Prague? But we'll get there. Oh, he doesn't. Okay, never mind. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, sorry. And then since that, before we finished the album, we were always working on numerous things at the same time. So there were various songs that didn't fit the narrative of the Uncertainty Principle, which was all the songs in that album are in chronological order, stories relating to the history of quantum physics. And so there are plenty of other songs that pop into your head that don't fit that narrative. So yeah, we're just finishing off now our 9th album, which should be out.
Finishing off, but you did go and write another song like 3 days ago, which is now probably be on the album.
Are prolific. These guys are prolific. They don't stop. Yeah.
Do you think you've got it all finished?
I guess everyone here.
We had a sort of track listing.
Yeah. It's just popped into my head.
We had a potential track listing ready to go, and then Malcolm goes, "I've got a new tune."
And
it's a lovely song.
and Malcolm, I don't want to get it wrong, so you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's a former surgeon.
Well, doctor, I was a neuropathologist, so a type of.
Oh, that's all. Just a neuropathologist. Come on, that's difficult. And the guy, if he doesn't have one, he should have a degree in physics.
No, I don't know. I'm a mere amateur in physics, but I'm interested. Yeah, and the history around the history of science appeals to me.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Let's just be honest. I mean, he really is. If you've watched any of the interviews, you'll see I'm the dumb one there. He's absolutely way ahead. But thank you both for participating. And
that's very good. I'm going to have to leave early, but thank you very much for all your support. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah, these guys, if you ask them, you can count on these two being here, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, as you always do. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, and looking forward to that next one.
See you soon.
All right.
This year sometime, Mark. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I know. They follow through too. That's the other thing. All right.
Thanks very much.
You're more than welcome. Hugo, this is a brand new band. Didn't know anything about these guys, but oh my God. I'll let him tell you about it. Go ahead.
Well, hello everyone. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Is the sound okay? Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for the opportunity of being here, Mark. It's a pleasure. And listening to how great 2025 has been for everyone. I haven't listened to all of the music. I'm really looking forward to listening to some of the albums they've been mentioning. And I'm really happy to see that so many fellow musicians are doing great. It's been a great year for music, definitely. Well, as you were saying, I'm Hugo Sayers. I'm the pianist and main composer of Cycle Equalizer. we just released a new album last year, Prologue to Insurrection, which I actually have it here if you want to look. And unfortunately, yeah, I can put it.
Oh, no, yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not sending to US at the moment due to the situation with taxes and all that. So you were lucky to get your copy, Mark. But anyway, so we released Prologue to Insurrection. Is probably, I mean, most of people already fans and people that got to the band now are saying the same, right? That is probably the best work we've done. I know it's a cliche, everyone says that, but I actually think it's true because we had this opportunity, to refresh the band, to get a new lineup, and then we decided to make this album and improve a lot of things. We had this new singer, Sarai. We are working with a new drummer, and we wanted to pursue a more metal prog kind of sound because the previous albums were more progressive. There was a lot of influence of 70s rock. Actually, we were talking about Genesis. It's a big influence in many of our previous albums, as well as Pink Floyd. But we kind of wanted to get more metal, more virtuosic. There's a lot of keyboards that are like insanely fast and a lot of odd tempo changes, and then the guitar playing is also like, I mean, Carlos is not here, so I can say he's like really, really extremely good. He's an amazing guitarist. So yeah, 2025 has also been great for us. We've played many concerts. We are actually playing more concerts. We are preparing a tour in April, and hopefully, I actually have a meeting in a couple of days and try to close a deal to perform the whole album and some of our previous songs as well with a symphonic orchestra and a choir. So it's going to be epic. I hope.
Yeah,
I'm crossing fingers that it goes
it will
well.
be. I think you've released a couple videos from the past where you had like an orchestra, but this is going to be full orchestra, which will definitely take it up a notch even further.
Yes, I mean we really like epic stuff. We love Dream Theater, we love Nightwish. This kind of epic symphonic stuff. That's why I'm really looking forward to listening to some of the albums that the others have been mentioning. And yeah, so 2025 has been great for us. Also personally for me, I've been growing a lot as a musician because I'm a classical pianist. So yeah, I have had a lot of concerts and my own festival, working on a chamber music festival. So I didn't stop playing for the whole year. It's been really exhausting, but it's been great. And for 2026, apart from these concerts, we are also releasing some new stuff, actually very, very soon, because there was a song that we didn't include in the album. We thought it was already quite dense, and there's like a 20-minute epic track on it. So we thought it didn't make sense to include this song in the album because it might have been too much, for the listener. So we are releasing this song and then maybe a couple of live versions, like a sort of EP, and then play them live as well.
And tell them a little bit about that epic song. It really is. You need tissue.
Yeah, indeed.
There's a
This
story
song
behind it, and yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Luciana is the last track in the album. It's a 20-something minute song, like in a very kind of classic prog with there's a lot of influence from Pink Floyd and then Dream Theater, like the main influences. And then, the song tells the story of there was a mining disaster in the region of Spain where I live back in the 60s, where there was a dictatorship, and therefore the media and everything covered it up. It hasn't been honored, all the people that died in this tragedy. And I thought, okay, let's make this song, to kind of make a tribute, to those people, to the families. And I didn't know at first that it was going to be such a long track, but I guess the story is so powerful, very powerful, and the lyrics really describe, how this, which is actually true, there's a bit of fiction, obviously, in the lyrics, but there's a reality as well. There was this guy that actually, I know it's a very sad story, but I may as well explain it. there was this guy that came out of his house and then realized about this mud, river of mud, falling from the mine because there was an explosion. And then when he looked back, his house wasn't there. He lost his wife and one of the daughters. And then the other daughter also, he couldn't grab her hand. So, it's a very tragic story. And that's actually kind of the main theme that we are talking about through the song.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, Psychic Equalizer. It, you got to hear it. You really have to hear the whole thing. And thank you very much for sharing that with us, Hugo.
Thanks to you. Sorry, but one thing, Mark, I might need to leave in a moment, but
okay.
I guess you will post this later on your YouTube channel, right? And because
yes.
I would really like to listen to the others afterwards.
Yeah, I'm going to try to post it as soon as we're done. But yeah, I understand. All right.
Okay. But great. Thanks a lot, Mark, and thanks for the award as well. I mean, I forgot to mention it, but it was great to be there as the keyboard player with others. That's a great.
Oh yeah, you like that? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, who wouldn't like that? It was a surprise. Thanks.
some people hate AI, and I never really did anything with it. And then I had a little time, and I started playing around with it, and I said, "Oh my God, this is fun!" And I hope I didn't offend. My point was not to offend anyone. So if you don't like AI or you don't like the trophies and things that I've made, please tell me. But yeah, I hope they all came out okay. Thank you, Hugo. All right, Charlie.
All right, thank you. See you.
Charlie, I think you just got back from Australia, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I was in Australia back in October, so it feels like a lifetime ago now.
Okay.
And since then, been dealing with lots of things behind the scenes for Ghost of the Machine. But I suppose we'd best recap 2025 first, because that it's a similar theme to what others have been saying. Indeed, our colleagues, hats off, gentlemen, it's adequate, touched on similar notes. This was the biggest year for Ghost of the Machine so far. It saw the release of our second album, Empires Must Fall, back in March, and we're so happy with how that's gone. It was our first release on the progrock.com's Essentials label, and it's achieved everything we wanted to. We've got more people listening to Ghost of the Machine than ever before, and I think that's what we all hope for, right? Like we're not just putting this out completely for fun. We do want people to hear what we've been working on, hopefully to enjoy it, and having the input from the label there and their expertise in the distribution. It's really helped us reach more ears, especially in Europe and the US than we had with our independent debut album, Scissor Games. So it's wonderful to see that growth. We also went further afield with our shows in the UK than ever before as well. Thanks to the kind invitation of hats off, gentlemen, it's adequate. We got down to our capital, that London, for the very first time, which was a great experience. I think we sold out all the seating at that show as well, didn't we? So that was lovely to see people turn up. We played in Glasgow for the first time with Long Earth. We went down to Southampton and played to our largest crowd to date, alongside our arch rivals, Sprig and Mist.
Rivals? Wow.
Yes. Well, Nemesis.
They're going to be, and Mark didn't mention it, and Malcolm didn't mention it, but I just saw it today. They're going to be touring with them.
Their new album, The Glare, yes.
Yeah, we've got a gig with them in February, in fact, yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, this guy has one of the best voices in modern prog as well. So he'll glance right over that, but that's okay. I'm here to catch it. No, really. Would you agree, Mark? I mean, that he's got
absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely.
And the two
having worked with Charlie on projects before, I can definitely verify that. Yeah.
And when these two guys get on stage, it's pretty amazing because Mark likes to jump around as well. So
He's the most
He's
energetic
not your
bassist in the
It's been
world, I
known.
think.
yeah, he's not your typical bassist just kind of sitting in the background. He's like the lead guitarist almost. Yeah.
I call him gravity-defying Gatland.
Yes, gravity defying Gatland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a physics reference for you if you like that sort of thing.
No.
But yeah, no,
But
absolutely.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Any
That's okay. It actually shows how interconnected our progressive music world is at the moment. Sprig and Mist, who we just mentioned, are on the same label as us, Ghost of the Machine, an American label which is getting this music out to as many corners of the world as it possibly can, which is awesome. It's great that there are people pulling collectively in a direction to get this music out there. So we're very thankful for that support network of people like yourself, Professor Mark, the outlets which like the journalistic outlets, the labels, the print publications, and of course our peers. It is a very collaborative scene at the moment, and it's nice to see. So yes, it was nice to enjoy those successes in 2025. It was thrilling to be included in Pinnacle's Edge as well. So thank you for that. Looking ahead to 2026.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's going to be more of a transitional year, actually, as we said goodbye to a couple of our band members who've been with us since the beginning, about 5 years ago since we formed. So Scott Owens, one of our guitarists, and Stuart McCauley, the bass player, have both sadly left the band, and we wish them well with whatever they go on to do next. We'll have new band members to introduce to you fairly shortly, I should think. That's been the key focus of our attention since I got back from Australia, trying out new people. And that's quite exciting in a way. With Empires Must Fall, we finished off the story that we began with Scissor Games, the debut album. And with the third album, we get to tell a completely fresh story. And we'll have a new creative direction simply because we'll have new blood in the room with us. And that's quite exciting in and of itself. I don't know where it's going to take us. I look forward to the journey, and I look forward to sharing it with you as and when.
Can't wait. Thank you very much, Charlie. Okay. James, what an album. Eden Song went back to our this always happens. You forget those things that I studied history all my life. The wagons hoe westward, at least that's the way I saw it. And he'll tell you about a few names he knows from classic Prague. That anyway, go ahead. Hi, James.
Hey, Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah, Nick is here with me as well. So we are one half of Eden Song, based in New York City. And happy to be here. It was I don't know, Nick, for me 2025 was like my favorite year of Eden Song, sort of where everything came together. I feel like, prior years was a lot of work, and this was sort of the reward for that. So like just very psyched to have people listening to the Our Road to Dust record. And that's been getting a great response. We always liked it, but it was one of those things that I don't know, nervous putting these things out into the world, and it's quite different than anything we've done prior, at least in my mind. So, it's cool that people have been digging it. Nick, anything
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, this has been a really exciting year for me. I'm looking forward to 2026 with Eden Song. It's my first album, right? That I'm featured on with Eden Song. Having joined the band not too long ago, and having my voice on there has really been great, and getting that record out there and getting the feedback, which has been overwhelming, from the community, and it's really been just a great experience. And the shows that we played in 2025 have really been great. Looking forward to more in 2026. So, Yeah, really happy to be here, Mark. Thanks again. Really happy to be here with everybody else on the call. Really inspiring to hear about everybody's musical journeys thus far. I'm going to check out all the music, going to check out all the records. It's really been a great experience and interview so far. So thank you.
Well, thank you. These
Yeah.
guys were away for 8 years, kind of going through a tumultuous, like we all have, changes and family changes and things like that.
Yep.
And they fought through it and pulled out one of the greatest, I think, comebacks of the year. And we're so glad to hear them back, and I am looking forward. Do you want to talk about 26, or you're probably like, we need rest? No,
Oh,
no.
no, we're ready to go. I mean, I think this is the most I've seen. And actually, Barry was on here at the beginning of this call, but he had to jump. But this is the most I've seen the band in like 3 or 4 months. So yeah, it's like nice to see your face, man.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we're ready to get back into it. I think we've got an exciting our first trip to continental Europe.
Oh, good.
In 2026, we're playing at the Crescendo Festival in France. Have not officially announced that yet, but I think it's on their website, so no big secrets there. So psyched for that. Hopefully we can cobble together some US shows as well. But yeah, I mean, and jumping back into the studio, I'm excited to like start writing with these guys again and
Yeah.
see, um, I think it was, yeah, the release of this album was like a great way to sort of reconnect with the past and present of this band. I think our two former members were at our album release show actually, and we like reconnected with them. They were just sort of, really pumped about the record, so there may be some collaboration there. There may be, it's sort of an open book. I'm excited about this next chapter, and I think we're gonna see each other in a couple weeks and start with it. So
Great. I think we're losing all the other people I was going to talk to, but okay. Well, as the day goes by, everyone's going. But no, the third part of this was to just give you guys a chance to reach out to each other, and you could do it offline as well. Yeah, reach out. Perfect. I used to sell Reach Out America a long, long time ago for those Americans that remember what that was with AT&T. That was where I first started with AT&T. But anyway, no, this is a chance for you guys just to talk with each other, because when will you ever have that chance unless you strike up your own Zoom call? But does anyone want to? And by the way, that's kind of an awkward way to say it, because I'm gonna send all your, if you want to, yeah. Let me paraphrase that or whatever. If you want your information shared, I'd be happy to share it with everyone that's here. And if you want to get in contact, but the floor is kind of open. Let's just put it that way. And whatever you guys want to talk about.
We haven't heard from Colin yet.
Well, go ahead. Yeah, if you he does have some individual projects. Yes, go ahead.
He has, yeah. Very good ones too.
A couple. I mean, 2025 has been a very busy year because as well as being part of Nova Cascade on the Boxman, I have a solo project, A Multitude of One, and I've released 2 albums this year, Templar's Tale and The Book of Enoch, both of which are concept albums about very different subjects. And more recently, I've formed a collaboration with Dave Allen from a group called Spyrogy, and we're called Riffstone together, and we have 2 albums out this year as well. So 5 albums out this year, so it's been very busy. We don't do any live work as yet because we don't have time and we don't have the personnel, but we've been talking about it, so there might be a way to actually bring that to fruition, hopefully, because we'd love to play live, I think. And 2026, we're already working on a new Riffstone album. I'm also working on a Multitude of One album as well. And as Louise said, we'll be working together with some of Dave Hilborn's old material, and we'll see what comes of that.
Great. You
You
guys
have to
are
beat your
all
total of 5 albums in 2026. Yeah, at least 6.
Maybe.
you guys are all making us feel lazy. I mean the talent and the ability in this room and before the unbelievable. And I'm so glad you guys showed up to be here because um, I some people said, why are you doing this? I mean, most people, they just give the awards and say goodbye, move on to the next year. And I don't know why it came to me, but I said, why don't we try to get them all in a room and talk about it? And I didn't know what was going to happen, but I thought that would be interesting and different. And I hope it has been. And I hope I plan on doing it every year, and hopefully you guys will all be back again. But go ahead. I'm talking again, and I'm trying not to, but
No, this is fantastic. Thanks so much, Mark. And yeah, I don't know. I'm leaving this call with a whole long list of music that I check out, and it's really cool to connect with you guys. Been great.
Likewise, great to hear about everybody's success
Yeah,
stories, and
yeah.
I'm sure that we'll all cross paths somewhere on the road.
I hope so.
Um,
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'd
Um,
just like to mention something as well. That I
yeah.
have a radio show called Prog Alchemy, which goes out on Epic Prog Radio and One World Music Radio. I've already played some of your music for some of the people, but I'd be glad to get contact details for other people. So I'm always happy to help promote independent artists of any sort, particularly
Excellent.
Epic Prog.
We have some super achievers here, and there's some super achievers that didn't make the show, but definitely made the list. So definitely look at my two lists. And everyone's not available on January 11th. Unfortunately, I wish everyone would have been here, but there are some great people and great musicians, great albums out there, and it was one amazing 25. And I do think that 26 is going to be just as good because the music I've already received is up to the same level. And you guys haven't even contributed yet. But when you do, that'll just lift that level even higher. But yeah, just salute. I can't salute 2025 enough. It just 24 was great. I met some new bands and heard some new music that I had never heard before. But 25 just it was like an avalanche, and 26 is starting out that way. The little snow things are coming, and the avalanche is right behind it. But thank you guys, really. Anything else anyone wants to add?
Let's just hope for more peace and love in 2026.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And so say all of us.
Yeah.
And apologies for what's happening in the United States right now.
It's not your fault, man.
I double it. It's unfair. This is not who we are, and we're hopefully going to have changes soon.
Being from Argentina, I can like connect with that deeply,
I'm
resonate
sorry?
with that deeply. Being from Argentina, I can resonate with that deeply.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. You're close to where some things are happening. Yeah, and
Yeah.
again, very very sorry about that. And yeah, actually, you guys are part of that unfortunate situation that he's going after Argentina. And yeah, yeah, it's not us. It's not Brian. It's not me. It's not James. This isn't normal. And we apologize for it. And even though we're not doing it, obviously, but yeah, just hang in there. America's going to come back.
Yeah, hopefully normal service will resume as soon as possible.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Anyone else? Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. That I wanted to say something like that, but you said it much better.
Well, thanks, Mark. I just felt like I needed to say it.
Yeah.
I think more peace and love is a good note to wrap things up on.
I think so.
Thanks, Brian, and thanks
The
everyone.
Beatles, John Lennon. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Yeah.
Bye.
Definitely do this. Just reach out to me and say, yeah, please share my information with whoever.
Oh, you're more than welcome to from me. Absolutely more than welcome to. Definitely.
All right, but just I want to be fair, and what's the right word? I don't want to just throw your information out there if you don't want it out there, even though you're saying you do. Just that way,
Yeah.
we keep everything straight. But yeah, thank you for that, Mark, and that's wonderful that you do want to work with other people. And I know everyone here does. I'm not, saying he's the only one. But hey, thank you guys. Really, thank everyone for being here. Let's do even more in 2026. I think you guys are all planning to, and can't wait to hear what all of you do.
Thanks, Mark.
Professor.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Cheers.
And yeah,
Bye,
somebody
everyone.
said Happy New Year, and I didn't. Happy New Year. Yeah, that's important.
Happy New Year to you all.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
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 I'm gonna end it.